Welcome everyone, it's Dawn Duvall. I'm glad that you're here. I am coming to you pre-recorded, so let me introduce myself and tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing this evening. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And I live in Fort Myers, Florida, and I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator since February of 2011. I absolutely love what I do, and if you're a paper crafter, I'm sure that you have the same excitement when you put ink to paper, So today we're going to be working with a one sheet wonder. Now I received this template from Jessica Taylor. She has a group, one sheet wonder group that I got this out of, and it's for you know how we've got the 12 by 12 paper that's got the design all the way around the outside edges, but not quite all the way on the inside. And we're not really sure how we can cut that up to make cards and get the best use of it. So I'm going to show you with this template how what she's designed, and then I'm going to show you the paper, and then we're going to cut it up and make some cards. Okay, so the first thing I need to do, because I'm recording this on my phone, on my iPhone, I'm going to cover the phone so you don't see, because I need to turn you down and twist you, and I don't want you to. So just give me a second. I'm going to do that so that I can get the tabletop showed, where we can then start the process. So bear with me one second. I just want to make sure I get this done, and I don't want you to get all squeamy. All right, hang on 1 minute. Okay, let's see. All right, give me a minute. I want to make sure we're in here. I know that we're still recording. I think we've got it. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so this is the template. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in with our paper trimmer and our 12 by 12 paper, and I'll show you in just a minute. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a 5 1/4, and this is for 12 by 12. We're going to make a 5 1/4 cut going down, and then we're going to turn it, and we're going to cut the first corner off at 4 inches. And then I think what I'm going to need to do is flip the paper around and cut the bottom corner off, and then that's going to leave us the center section that we'll be able to make a card with. And then from that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over to the C's, because those are 4 inches as well. So we're going to cut again, we're going to cut the corner, turn the paper, cut it, and then that leaves us this one. And then once we complete that, then we should have the center section, which is 2 3/4. So they're going to be 2 3/4 by 4 inches. I hope that makes sense. So let's bring the paper in, and I'll show you which paper we're going to do. Now this is the holiday paper. Pardon me for just 1 second. All right, so see how the paper has all of the designs around the edges. And that's where we come in here and we're trying to figure out, well, how can we cut this to get the best use of our paper and make some really nice cards. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring in our paper trimmer, and we're going to line up the left side at 5 1/4. So we want to come over to 5 1/4. So there's our 5, and then we're at 5 1/4 right there. And we want to make sure that we are lined up at the top and the bottom. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull and cut my paper. All right, and then this one we're going to pull and set off to the side. All right, now I'm going to turn it, and we're going to come in and we're going to cut this at 4 inches. So we're going to bring this over to 4, and that's going to give us this piece right here. Okay, so we've got most of that, and that's going to be a card that we'll be able to use in the landscape mode. Okay, then we're going to come around, and I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to bring it over to 4 inches. Right? So we've got this is our 5 1/4, right? So we're going to turn it to 4, and we're going to cut this one up. Now that's going to give us a portrait size, and now we have that centerpiece that's already cut and ready. Okay? All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come in, we're going to turn our paper this way, and we're now going to cut this at 4 inches, because we've already got cut this one at the 5 1/2. So this is going to give us 4, and then that will leave us with our 2 3/4, right? So let's make sure we're lined up at the top and the bottom. Pardon me. All right, so we're going to cut our 4. This is our piece we're going to save for in just a moment. All right, now we're going to come in, and we're going to place this one at 4 inches. let's see, we want to do 4. Yeah, this is, wait a minute, this is 4. So now we want to come back, and I believe we should be able to do this at 4. So let's turn that one. Yep. So we're going to cut this one at 4. All right. So there it gives us a 4x4 square. And then we're going to come back in and flip this one around. And this is going to give us a 4x4 square. Because let me show you the template again. So as we cut, this is 5 1/4 by 4, which is the first 3 that we did. Now we're over here on the C side, which is 4 by 4. So that's what we're cutting. So now I've just cut a second 4 inch by 4 inch square, and that leaves us another 4 inch by 4 inch square. All right, and now we're left with the 2 3/4, and we're going to cut this by 4 inches as well. That's going to give us 3 more cards. So we'll have 1. And then this piece obviously is not going to have any red on it, but we're going to dress it up anyways for the holidays, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so these are the cards with the template. So let me bring the template back in and show you, and then I'll show you the cards that I've made. All right, so these are the cards that I just cut from the center section. I'm going to put them just like that, okay? So that's going to go like, this is going to go like that. All right, so that's the center section. Just go with me on the B's. All right, these are the 3 4x4s. So that's going to go there. And then this one is, this is the corner up here. Let's do it this way. All right, that's the corner here. This is the corner here. And then this is the piece in the center. So now this one really would be the piece up here. And then this one's going to be the piece down here. Okay? Actually, I might have it mixed up. Hang on a minute. This one might go up there. Yeah, because we got to get our candy canes to line up, right? I think that's right. All right, so that's going to go there. That's going to go there. And then we have our sections that we did with the 5 1/4. So that's the other corner. This is the the other corner. And then this is the centerpiece. All right, so do you see how that worked out? Bring the cards in and let's see what we created. Okay, I am back with the cards. Again, this is the template that we used earlier, so you may want to take a snapshot of this. And then we're going to start with the cards. These are, this is using Poppy Parade cardstock, and this is one of the corners that we cut out. And then I just fussy cut out this Christmas saying. I'm going to go back and fill in the insides of the cards with a white piece with another sentiment on the inside since it's the holidays. And then this piece here was from the middle part. And I just stamped directly on the paper. I thought it had a lot of room there that allowed us to do that. And this is on Garden Green. And then this piece is also on Garden Green, but I used a piece of Poppy Parade that I ran through the embossing machine. And this is the other corner, and this would be on the, probably on that side, the right side. And again, I stamped the sentiment in the same color on the designer paper itself. And then we come to the middle section. So this is one of the middle pieces that we cut off, and these are 2 3/4 by 4. So I just wrapped some Garden Green twine on a Garden Green base that's cut at 4 1/4 by 11. This one's going to open this way. The other two are 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. All right, so there's that one. And then this one I decided because it was so, this was a piece that was completely, this piece here on the back side was all of this right here, just with the snowflakes and the grayish background. So I flipped it over and thought, oh my gosh, that looks really great because it's got this, it's got the stocking with the vines going up and the bow. So I thought that worked really well. And this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11 Poppy Parade. And then I put a piece of shaded spruce behind it with some of the shaded spruce ribbon, and then stamp my sentiment in shaded spruce as well. And the third one, this is again from the bottom piece. This is on shaded spruce cardstock. I did use a piece of Poppy Parade to outline, you know, kind of set this designer paper on, and then wrapped a piece of shaded spruce ribbon around and tied a bow, and then stamped my sentiment in Poppy Parade. And this is 4 1/4 by 11 as well. All right, so those are the center pieces. And then back to my other corner pieces. Here's one of the 5 1/4 by 4. And this one is on a base of shaded spruce, and I stamped the sentiment in that as well. And I just realized that my piece of paper is on there crooked, but that's okay. It's handmade. And then this would have been the centerpiece of the side that we cut off. I did the same thing. I stamped the sentiment in Poppy Parade right onto the designer paper. And then the last piece I did was Poppy Parade. This, again, it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And I did a piece of the embossed shaded spruce and just attached that to this 4 by 4, and then stamped the sentiment in shaded spruce as well. So those are the 12 cards. I'm sorry, 9 cards. 9 cards that we got out of that one piece of 12 by 12 designer paper. So I'm going to lay these out enough to where you might be able to see them. Hopefully I can get them all in the camera. And that is how I design my cards using this particular template. So I hope this inspires you to use up some of your designer paper. We tend to hoard it. So this is a great template to use where you, especially that design where you've got the corners there and you don't really want to cut off the corners to, lose all of that beautiful design around the corners. So there you go. There are my cards. I hope you've enjoyed this template. And again, if you create cards with this, please share with me. And you can do that on my Shall We Stamp Facebook page. I would greatly appreciate it. So again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for your understanding with this being recorded, since I'm having some issues with the software program. And until then, I will see you Friday afternoon. I'm doing our fundamental technique, so I hope to see you then. If not, it will be recorded. It's probably going to be recorded if I don't get anything completed today or tomorrow by the company that I'm working with. Probably not. So most likely Friday's fundamental technique will be recorded as well. All right. Thanks again, everyone. I greatly appreciate you spending time with me this Tuesday evening, and I will see you soon. Bye now.